Right here at GC Sports, round one of the playoffs for these drivers on the custom side. I am your CEO and broadcaster tonight, Aquatati. In the booth with me tonight, per usual, I have Mr. Yup, aka Pico Gator.
Yep.
We have in-race reporter Travis Tyson.
Hello.
Another in-race reporter tonight, Bad Fast Marley. This will be his first time up here.
I'm here, brother.
And we have a special guest in here for Thursday night. You've heard him before on the Tuesday nights broadcasting here for the Slider side. But we have the one and only GTR Mike, a.k.a. Gator Mike, depending on how you know him. Welcome to the booth with us, bud.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Glad to be here.
All right, quickly, we only got about 2 minutes before the timer is going to start. You can see on your screens right now that DB the best got the pole with DK Brown second and Mike RPM in third. But I want to go over the points as this is playoff night. Any driver from the top to the bottom is eligible to be eliminated. We start with Sludge having 18 points, Mike RPM with 14, Robbie at 12, The Bear at 10, Country Caliber at 9, DK Brown at 7, Bad Fast Marley himself with 7, Portal Guy with 6. Now here's the gap. The bottom 4 drivers in that are on the edge of being eliminated is only 8 advance after tonight. Travis Tyson enters with 0 points. Tiller also has 0 points. Racehead and Denkate both have 0 points. However, we have 2 playoff drivers that will not be here. Sludge, our points leader, and Robbie Racing. Because they're not going to be here, they're most likely going to be eliminated, so we'll have 10 drivers battling for 8 spots.
And possibly the Bear not making it in time.
He's loading up right now, so I'm going to give him the 35 seconds or so.
Roll it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to wait, a long time, but I'll give the guy 30 seconds to a minute or so. He's actually in the lobby, so we're going to go ahead and start the timer. I got a blue screen for just a second. This is going to be just to invite Mike and Piccola. Going to give them a couple. Nobody can hear them as it's me. All right, starting the timer. I'm going to... Oh, I guess I just paused it. Starting the timer. Backing out of the lobby. Either Bad Fast or Travis, can you guys let me know to join? Piccola, who you got your eyes on to watch here throughout the playoffs?
That 13 truck, DK Brown, and Country Caliber, and one of our in-race reporters here, not Travis Tyson, Bad Fast Marley. Ready to see what they can do.
And over to you, the real Gator, Mike. Who you got your eyes on? Hold on answering that. Let me blue screen so we can get in as quick as we can. Oh, I'm glad you sent me invites. Usually Robbie does those, and with him not being here, I forgot to ask anyone for invites. Alright, over to you, Gator Mike. Who you got here tonight in this race? Your first time being with us for the Thursday night group.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of the Thursday night group. I've kind of been focusing on the Slider side of things Monday and Tuesdays. But just going down on this playoff grid, I recognize a lot of familiar faces here. And, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to go against some of those pro league veterans like Mike RPM or the Bear, Josh Harbin. It'd be really hard to bet against those 2 guys. Maybe for an outside chance, I'd say Country Caliber could make some noise, but those would be the 3 that I'm keeping my eye on.
Samantha Luna out there on YouTube, she's cheering for the number 22. That would be DB the best, who is our pole sitter. Also, yet again, running an unsponsored machine here throughout the playoffs in that 22 Chevy Silverado. I think probably the best battle tonight's going to be to watch again. So we said Sludge and Robbie will not be here. So we have 10 drivers battling for 8 spots. So you have Portal Guy, Travis, Tiller, Racehead, Denkate, and Bad Fast Marley. Those are our bottom 6, really. Those guys are going to be the ones battling this out to advance in the playoffs, so it's kind of a race within its races. Right now, we have DB the best and rookie this season, Hamlin Nation, in that 24 out there battling for the lead, as it looks like Hamlin Nation is going to go for that lead coming off turn 4 right now on the inside.
Country just crashed.
Hamlin Nation's impressed, right, in the short amount of time that we've seen you?
Yeah, this is only his 3rd race that he's been a part of this season. He started at Canadian Tire. Denkate spinning around in the back. I just seen that happen live. That's no bueno. But yeah, Hamlin Nation, he started Canadian Tire. He ran, I don't remember what the other track was, and then he's here tonight. And I don't think he's finished outside the top 5 yet.
Yeah, I believe it.
Too, so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't see the country right, but
early on, Bad Fast Marley, our interesting reporter, made quite the move going into turn 1 on the apron, made it work as we have contact.
That was a white truck. I don't know who it was.
That was the Bear.
The Bear. Flying through the grass. He's back up there. We have seen last night, you can lose a couple seconds and be able to catch back up here. This is a 20-lap stage. The drivers are going to get 18 to the tank when they cross the line before they exit turn 1 and 2. You're down to 17 laps. So there's about a 3-lap difference that you need to be able to save on fuel. It is possible, as we've seen almost the whole field last night do it, but because of that, you're going to be running a lower RPM. So somebody like the Bear, somebody like Country, you can put it in a faster gear right now and be able to catch up to the field and then try to utilize them to slow it back down and save, but it does make it harder to save 3 full laps. Right, Picola?
Right.
Really? You didn't even say?
I should have said, yep.
Yeah, that's. I set you up for that one perfectly, man, and you ruined it.
I screwed it up.
So up front, we have Bad Slow Marley and Hamlin Nation, but we're watching this second pack here. Pretty good battle. We're seeing. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. I forgot Really Slow Marley's in the booth with us tonight. Yeah, these guys are all singling out. I would assume they're doing exactly as we were talking about and kind of just wowing it down and saving a little bit. Those top 2 don't look like they're saving a whole lot, as Marley is actually pulled a little bit further out on Hamlin. Hamlin is quite a ways out on the rest of the pack, but those 2 are definitely not saving as much as everyone else.
Trav, what are you doing up there, buddy?
Racing.
Unfamiliar territory, huh?
Is he ahead of people? Is he ahead of people?
I'm in 3rd.
What? What? Wow. I didn't think this would ever happen, but our in-race reporters are 2 of the top 3 drivers right now. Travis Tyson just trying to get into the top 3 so that he can get an interview from Picola at the end of this race. Over to you, Gator.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into Travis Tyson tonight, but he's come to play here in Michigan.
He's in race gear. Everyone, he's in race gear. Everyone else is saving.
I'm in my save gear, actually.
So we got Racehead in 4th, Tiller running there in 5th, Mike RPM in 6th, DB the best in 7th, DK Brown in 8th, and Portal Guy rounding out this second pack there, sitting in 9th place. One of the big, huge things here, so the Bear, we've seen him go flying through the grass. He's still a little behind that second pack. You have Country Caliber, who also spun it. Dencake spun it. All 3 of those drivers are playoff drivers, and without having any help, they really need to get up and battle amongst themselves, because that is the 10th and final stage point that would be offered. And we've seen it all week long here in opening week of playoffs, that any playoff point that, or stage point that you can accrue here throughout the week, it's going to be huge.
Come down to a tie last night.
Yeah, a dead even tie, which, by the way, if that does happen again, ties are decided on how the driver finished in that race that just happened. So unfortunately for NASCAR Extreme last night, he was eliminated. Out there in YouTube, we have the official Budman, aka Mike Williams. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Country spun out, but only because Picola picked him as one of his race winners.
He's just saving me from having to do the interview.
That's jacked up.
Which I appreciate.
Well, Gator Mike, this is your first time on a Thursday being here. What are you seeing so far that kind of registers according to every race that you've seen so far this season, and what are you seeing that might be a little bit different?
Well, considering I'm not too familiar with the custom setup side of things, one thing that really does intrigue me is a race gear versus a save gear. That is something you don't get with the slider side of things. You really got to, feather the throttle and use a clutch, and if you're on a controller, button management best you can. But being able to do this, it really intrigues me. It looks like those front 2, I don't know if they're in save gear right now. They are going super fast for them.
Yeah, so I like that you brought that up. Travis brought it up last night talking during the broadcast, but with these custom setups in comparison to the sliders, right? So you can actually set 3 of your 4 gears as well as your rear end ratio. And so the 4th gear is always locked at the number 1. And so you try to figure out what's considered a final drive. So you take your rear end ratio and the gear that you're driving in, basically do the math, and it gives you a final number that'll be your overall drive. And so you want that as high as you can to go as fast as possible, but when you're trying to save fuel, there's that fine line. Like somebody might run, for example, Bad Fast Marley could be running a 285 final drive, whereas the second pack might be running a 276 final drive. It's lower, so it runs lower RPMs, but it also saves the fuel quicker, so they could get back into a race gear sooner, something like that. And it's really all about the math here on the custom setups on the gear. The actual setups that these guys are running are probably really similar in looks. Most of their shocks, rebounds, stuff like that are probably pretty similar, but the gearing is where it all matters in the custom side.
In terms of the racing, though, the racing I've noticed it's very similar to what you'd see in a slider. You see a lot of single file guys, especially here in stage 1. They're trying to save some fuel, make it to the end of the stage. But you see a lot of single file, but as we saw last night, towards the end of things, they were 2, 3 wide. So the racing is actually very similar to what you'd see on a slider. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what happened last night. There was this 00 truck out there that every time he would get past, he would make sure that they kept battling it and try to be in front. I don't know why he couldn't just follow in line, but these guys tonight seem to understand racing a little bit better, as they're just following in line, saving the fuel, going to kind of let it battle it out the last few laps of the race. It looks like the Bear may have gained a little bit of ground on the rest of this field, but I can't really tell, as Racehead goes really high and he gives way to 3rd place, as Travis did a little while ago. Again, we have Bad Fast Marley and Hamlin Nation way out in front of these guys, so they're staying single file, working together, taking off. So I'm keeping the screen on this second pack where the action should take place when they're ready to start racing.
Those guys that are up front, they're so far up front now that they could save, and probably make it.
Well,
I can't even see anybody behind them.
Yeah, I mean, it's got me slightly intrigued as we're starting to see some battling now. Tiller falling a little bit as DB the Best and DK Brown have gone around him. Now Racehead making his way around him, but a little contact between 32 and 15. Anyways, those two up front, they don't seem to me that they're saving. They might have a really strong save gear, so they're able to start out in a really fast pace in the race gear, and maybe halfway through the stage backing into their save gear, and in which case we'll start seeing the second pack catch them pretty quickly at the end of the stage.
I certainly don't remember us getting a big old gap like that last night at any point.
Billy Holcomb did, actually. Not quite this drastic, but I was running in second, leading the second pack, and he had 4 seconds on me at one point in stage 1.
Okay.
So this did happen. I think this is a little bit more drastic than last night, but there's also 2 of them up there, so the draft is a little stronger. But of course, I went into the fuel save gear on lap 1, turn 1, whereas it looks like these guys are able to do a little bit of racing with the fresh tires before dropping back. Gonna go over to our in-race reporter, Bad Fast Marley. You just crossed the line. How many laps you got left here in stage 1?
We got 5 laps to go. Oh.
I didn't mean to make you hit the wall. I thought you were. I didn't think you were in a hard battling thing there.
6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. Sorry.
So you hit the wall telling me false information. I appreciate the help there, Bad Fast Marley.
I'm gonna stay silent.
Yeah. All right. So that in-race reporter will only be spoken to on pit stops and stage breaks.
The other in-race reporter has finally come down to reality and has fallen off the tail end of this lead pack. So, oh man, just a rough go of it right now for the in-racers.
Again, that's huge, right? Because Denke has already fallen off the pack, so Travis is ahead of him, making up points, which is great. But he's got to beat Tiller and Racehead, who are still in that pack. We have 2 drivers that didn't make tonight, so figure they'll probably finish 12th and 11th. So you have 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th battling for that 7th and 8th spot there. So this is really hurting Travis's chances. And with him falling off that hill, is the Bear going to be able to catch him now and push Travis all the way back to 10th place and only receive 1 point? Piccolo?
Yep.
All right, and there's our usual amazing broadcast from the Piccolo Gator.
If you'd like, I can whip out a piece of paper and try to do some live points unless somebody else has got it.
I haven't.
It didn't work out so well last night.
I have it in front of me, but I will not have to ask one of the in-race reporters how to do the math. Luckily, I already know the numbers that are going to be offered, so I'll be doing this live as we get going. As DB the Best making a move here on DK Brown, this is for 4th place, and if you guys are looking up front right now, exactly what I had spoke about, the 16, the 13, 22, and 15, this group of 4 is actually catching our top 2, so I believe what we had spoke about earlier with those 2 being in a faster race gear out the gate and then backing it down is exactly what happened. No, you don't talk, Marley.
We're in a nice fight here coming to the end of the stage. This group is catching them fast.
As we should be at 4 to go, I believe now.
3.
And here I am saying I'm going to do the math for the points. Awesome.
Here you are spewing wrong information.
I mean, no different than Marley. And he's the race leader. That might just be strategy, you know. If the in-race reporter just starts spouting out false information the whole time, you know. Anybody listening to the stream can't take what he's saying for real. Looked like the 22 of DB the Best, he moved the 13 out of the way. That's really interesting because the 22, keep in mind, is the only driver out of this whole top 6. Well, no, Hamlin Nation is either. So you got 4 drivers battling for playoffs, and you got the 24 and the 22 out here battling just for wins. All right, guys, I got to give this over to you for just a minute. I'll be back here with about 5 minutes or so.
All right.
I'm riding along with the 22. I'm going to leave it on him until I get back.
On the 22, well, we are 2 and 3 wide for the lead here. As it looks like the 17 gets loose in the middle of the corner, he's going to make some contact with the 22 truck. Oh, they're all, oh, man. 22 truck got pushed up the track, came back down into the 13. 13 goes through the grass. Oh, we got a lot of things happening right now.
Not good, Bob.
Taddy stepped away at just the wrong time because it all broke loose right after he walked away. But the 22 truck was able to recover. He's now chasing down that 16 of Mike RPM here for this stage win. Is this the final lap, Travis?
It's final lap, yeah.
Can he do anything with him here in this final corner? Or can Mike RPM hang on? Looks like the 22 might be out of fuel.
Holy cow.
Running out of gas.
Everybody's
right now.
out of fuel.
26 wrecked.
Everybody ran out there off of turn 4. Mike RPM, though, is going to hang on, take stage number 1 tonight at Michigan.
I couldn't beat Bad Fast to the line. Doggone it.
It was all that leading.
Oh, that's not going to help my chances to get in the top 10,
Mike
top 8.
RPM, DB the Best, I believe, got second. The 15 truck, which is Tiller, got third.
Yeah. Racehead got 4th, DK Brown 5th, Bad Fast 6th, myself 7th. The Bear got 8th, Portal got 9th, and Country Caliber got 10th.
Now, Pete Cole, if I do remember correctly, as you were in this race last night, there is no need to save fuel in stage 2?
Yeah, I believe you don't have to. This is the only stage.
All right. So all out here for stage 2. This is where the racing's going to get super spicy.
Yeah, I definitely remember picking up the lap times when we hit stage 2.
Michigan,
I thought we were
Tennessee,
running fast.
Guys packed together kind of like Daytona and Talladega. It's a big, wide open 2-mile track.
Right. That's what was so crazy about the guys getting out front, you know?
Yeah, they shoved that thing into high gear and they drove away, but we saw at the end there they had to save a little bit and they got caught. As we line them up here for stage number 2. Looks like the 26 May. He pulled some strategy or he stayed out or no?
Oh, no.
He's going to get out of the way. Portal
He
guy.
pulled a Butters.
He forgot to
Portal
pit.
guy forgot to pit. Coming up through the gears here as they head off into corner number 1 at the start of stage number 2 tonight at Michigan. DB the Best looking underneath Mike RPM for the lead. Should
Right
be able to
behind
clear
you, Bad
pretty
Fast.
easy. He's got a whole train of trucks right behind him, led by the 32 of Racehead, giving him that nice push off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. First battle is for 4th place between the 13 and the 17.
Ooh, buddy. Got some good side-by-side racing there. Everybody holding their line good.
That they are, as they're all trying to duck low here to go single file. As Portal guy's still
big
sitting
trouble.
there.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to make it back around that pace.
I think he's totally out of fuel there. That's not going to bring out a caution, though, because we don't run. No. Tough luck there for poor guy. As Country Caliber gets loose off turn 2, and he's going to hit the wall.
Oh, no. After having a bad stage 1, he does not need this.
Made a great save, though. Keeps the truck straight, and is still in the draft as he ducks behind the 24. Back to the front, DB the best, still leading this thing. Followed by the 17, Bad Fast Marley, our inner race reporter, who's going to look low here for the lead. He might have even led that lap. Clears the 22 off into turn number 1. 2 and 3 wide behind him.
We're getting antsy up here.
These trucks do get loose off of turn 2 on older tires, so that is something to watch out for.
Trav driving it in there.
I let off enough to let Tor back down.
Trav ruffling some feathers back there at the back half of this front pack.
Man, look at these guys. If they get a single file lane in the line there and you're on the outside, you go from the front to the back in one straightaway.
Bye-bye. As here comes Country Caliber after that small mistake.
But what's he going to do out there by himself?
Now sitting on the low line trying to get by the 15 truck. Yeah, it is close quarters racing here at the front.
And Hamlin Nations now, he's in the back of the pack. After being in the front for most of the stage 1.
13 truck gets a huge push from DB the best there down the front straightaway. He's going to claim the lead. Through corners number 1 and 2 as everybody is now single file behind him.
Oh, that 13 out front's a pretty sight, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. You're a little bit biased though, aren't you?
Just a little.
It wasn't out front Monday night, was it?
Side by side for the lead there. Bad Fast going to take the lead.
He was out front a little bit.
He didn't end up out front at the end, though.
Yeah, as the song goes, rub it in, rub it in.
I will all night long.
I'll tell you guys, this draft is really strong.
Yeah, these trucks, this is like pack racing at Daytona and Talladega. They are getting huge drafts, huge runs down these straightaways, and sometimes they have nowhere to go with them. As the 40 truck really drives into corner number 3, he makes it stick and clears the 22. Number 22 is going to push him up to our 2 leaders up here. Everybody now is nose to tail yet again. As Tiller looks underneath our Mike RPM for 5th. Can't carry that momentum off turn 2, though.
Oh. You all right there, Bad Fast?
Looks like he might have got a little loose there off of corner number 2.
That was
Just mentioned that a few laps ago.
Crash.
Just making sure I wasn't going to touch the wall. That close.
Which wall? The outside wall or the inside wall?
The outside.
Both.
I got somebody looking inside.
13 looking inside.
I think Portal Guy has officially left the race.
Yeah, tough break for Portal Guy there.
It sure is, because Portal Guy's in the playoffs too, so.
Man.
Welcome back. You've missed quite the race. These guys are all grouped up right now, Taddy. 13, 17 battling for the lead. Side by side all throughout the top 8 or 9 trucks. And Portal Guy forgot to pit in stage 2. He is now out of the race. Couldn't make it back around. Ran out of fuel.
Oh my God, we're 4 wide for the lead.
That may or may
Holy
not.
cow, look at these guys.
Yeah. this is a little different, but this stage, there's not really any saving. It's a 17-lap stage, so
Yep. Let her eat.
I like it.
Oh, that fast hard on the wall, race head. Tiller gets collected.
I got hit in the rear.
Tiller
Yeah.
hard into the inside wall.
I just seen a little bit of lag out of the 16 of Mike RPM there when he was on the inside of the DB the Best. Looks like the group's still, for the most part, still going straight, though. Doesn't sound like Travis is.
I'm in 5th.
He is.
A little bit of lag there from the 16 again.
Oh, Trav's making it 3 wide, going in turn 1 here.
Oh,
a little lag out of him.
Big lag out of 16.
Trav is washing up the track.
I got lagged into by the 16 there.
Oh, there's about to be a big wreck.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I saved
how
it.
they all just saved that, I have no idea. That was a wreck that wasn't a wreck.
I was gonna say the same thing, Trav. Taddy, you there?
Yeah, I'm doing up these points real quick on the stage break so I can let you guys know where we're sitting.
I think
Okay, man.
everybody needed a breath after that. They kind of got single file real quick. But they're back at it yet again after that breath.
Yeah, I don't know how I saved that either, to be honest.
Got the 24 truck of Hamlin Nation looking for the lead underneath of the Bear. Finds himself up front.
I was wondering if he'd get back up there. Didn't take him too long.
Running an all-white number 40 test scheme tonight.
There's
Couple
Probably put the
test
setup
games,
in
huh?
right before the race.
tell you that.
Well,
Getting a push there from fellow pro leaguer Mike RPM.
All right, quick recap of the points after stage 1. We have Mike RPM now has taken the points lead with 25, Sludge 18, Bear and DK Brown both with 13, Robbie with 12, Bad Fast with 12, Country with 10, Portal with 8. Bottom 4 right now as it sits, Tiller, Racehead, Travis, and Denkate. But with Portal being out, no matter what, Tiller will finish better than Portal guys, so Tiller has that tiebreaker as it sits.
dang, I let off just in time for you, Bad Fast.
Getting nervous yet again here up in the front. We saw some contact there off of corner number 4. Really nervous moments for a lot of these playoff drivers.
I don't know if you guys mentioned, but Robbie Racing out there in YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. We all know about your hardships going on. Wish you were out there with these guys.
I do not
Yep.
know what's currently on
Praying for you, Robbie.
We're all sending our thoughts and prayers to you, Robbie.
Except Travis. Travis is trying to race right now.
I don't know, the way Travis is driving, I think he's sending some thoughts and prayers.
To his own team, hoping that he can... Just kidding there, Travis.
Oh, shit, sorry, Bad.
That block that 24 just put on me.
Yeah, that's why I got into you there. I'm sorry.
Out front, we have Mike RPM and the Bear sitting P3. Right now, we have a battle between the 22 and the 13. That's DB the Best and DK Brown. Little contact between them earlier. 24, Hamlin Nation going on the outside around the 22 truck. That is for the top 5 position. So Hamlin Nation up there now. Bad Fast Marley leading that second pack with Country Caliber, Racehead, and Travis Tyson back there. So Denkate is the only one not in the lead pack. Is that correct?
Denkate and Tiller are not in the lead pack.
Okay, yeah, I see Tiller now. Apologies to that. But, so 13 started. We're down to 12. So right now, Denkate and Tiller are the 2 that are on the outside looking in of getting stage points. That could be huge, especially for Denkate, who did not get any stage points last stage. So these drivers all trying to get, of course, you always want to get a win, right? But at the end of the day, if you can't get up there and you can't win, you want to get as many of these stage points. I can't talk about it enough how important these stage points are.
Tiller getting involved in that accident is really, really huge for Portal Guy to even have a shot and come stage 3.
Well, and it's crazy that Portal Guy backed out because Portal Guy was sitting in that 8th spot, right? So him and Tiller are tied entering this. But even if Tiller doesn't get a stage point now, right? He's still going to beat Portal Guy because he's going to finish better than Portal Guy. And even if they did tie, he would have gotten the tiebreaker because he would have finished better in the first place. So I know that this happens almost weekly, but drivers really need to start being more, when you get something happens to you in a race, they get so frustrated and they just rage quit. But at the end of the day, he just cost himself the playoffs, regardless of what happened on track to make him get so mad to quit. He cost himself the playoffs at that point.
Well, he ended up not pitting there at the end of stage number 1 and just ran out of fuel on the restart. Unable to make it back through.
That's
crazy. We're on the last lap, boys.
And to go with what you were saying, Gator, that's when you're texting in a chat because you're mad and you miss the pitting. The Bear on the inside of Mike RPM, DK Brown going with the Bear, the 24 way down like he's going to pit, but I would assume that he's not going to. We have the Bear and Mike RPM side by side as they enter 3. Here comes the 22 of DB the Best on the outside. He's trying to get a run. Racehead Country Caliber 2x2 through 3 rows deep. Coming off of turn 4, the Bear gets a little bit of nose. DK Brown trying to make it 3 wide. They're coming to the line right now. Contact. The Bear is going to win the stage. I don't know who got second as contact between the 13 and the 16. I believe DK Brown pulled out second place there.
What a stage finish.
So the Bear, Mike RPM, DK Brown, top 3, followed by Racehead, DB the Best, Country Caliber, Bad Fast Marley, Hamlin Nation, myself, and Tiller in their top 10. And then Kate in 11th and Portal Guy in 12th.
Hunty calling me out there in the YouTube land says, me talking about Portal Guy, and then says, of course, says the guy that left New Hampshire. Well, here's the thing. New Hampshire was to make the playoffs, not to do anything else. Guess what? I didn't need to make the playoffs. I was already locked in, so New Hampshire didn't mean anything. The actual playoff races, those points mean everything. So there's a slight difference there, Hunty. And I didn't leave New Hampshire because I got wrecked or something. That was just, I was trash. Although, I'm on the all-time leaderboard there. All right.
Wallbanger.
It wasn't a clean lap, that's for sure. I'm going to leave this one over to you guys at the start of this. Go ahead and take it while I do these top 10 from stage 2, so we're up to date.
All right.
Yep.
Starting the final stage here tonight at Michigan. Bear's going to lead the field in green. Mike RPM on the outside. Racehead sitting right there in 3rd place. DK Brown in 4th. DB the Best rounds out your top 5 to begin stage number 3. The Bear going to get the early advantage here using that low line. Take the lead off corner number 2, followed by Racehead, followed by DB the Best. They're all 3 going to clear the 16 as the 17-16 makes some contact off of turn 2.
In this stage, you need to run about 1 lap more than what you get on fuel each run. So you're probably going to see them in fuel gear here this first run and possibly the second run too.
I just want to make it to the next round. That's all I want to do.
Guys fighting hard here for the lead. Bad Fast Marley was able to clear everybody. Hamlin Nation looking to follow him through as the Bear loses some spots. Went from the lead, now he's back to 4th. Might be looking to save some fuel here, dropping the draft. Nobody wants to be the rabbit here in stage 3.
Oh, our Mike RPM just landed in DK Brown.
Alright, as we're in the early parts of stage 3, going to give you a quick rundown of where we're sitting at in the playoff points as we sit. So again, the points were reset to 1,000, so when I tell you this number, it's add 1,000 to it. But Mike RPM, still points leader, now has a 10-point lead over the Bear. 34, Bear has 24, DK with 21, Sludge still in the top 4, but that's going to be crucial at the end of this race with him missing. He's at 18, Bad Fast at 16, Country at 15, Racehead at 14, Robbie at 12, Tiller at 9, Portal at 8, Travis at 6, Kate at 0. Now, I said that those drivers should get eliminated. I want to make sure that everyone is aware. All drivers, until you have reached that 4 race that you were kind of allowed to play, you still receive last place points as long as you forewarned us that you weren't going to be there. So Sludge and Robbie will still receive last place points. So these drivers like Travis, Kate, Portal Guy backing out. Portal Guy is going to receive 13th place points. So he's going to receive the same amount of points as Sludge and Robbie Racing. So that could play out huge. Was there 13 or 12? I think 13.
Well, Trav said Portal was on 12, so maybe 12.
Oh, yeah, there was 13 in the lobby, then I backed out. Okay, so 12 started.
Started. We got 11 left. They're all right here in a group. Dencate being the last of the 11, hanging just off the tail end of this line. Everybody still in it has a chance to win. But Trav took a peek there underneath DK Brown in the 3. Thought better of it. Backed off, stayed in line. Everybody trying to say something right here early.
We can go ahead and do Sludge, Portal Guy, and Robbie's points.
A little bit of contact between the 13 and the double, and then 0-2. But maybe some thumpers hook, not sure. Some aggressive side drafting is what I like to call it. Things have settled down here to begin stage number 3 after a wild stage 2. Hamlin Nation getting a little bit of a gap here for the lead.
Yeah, he is, ain't he?
Trying to break away from this pack.
We've seen this before and it didn't exactly work out for him.
Did not. If he does anything different this time to make it work.
Alright, so as it's sitting right now, in order for Trav, just so you know, you are 6 points ahead of Dencate, but in order for you to be able to pass both Sludge, Robbie, and Portal, who are out of the race, you would have to finish at least 6th place or better. Actually, 7th place or better would tie you with Sludge, but you would have had the tiebreaker. So, just so you throw that out there, you have to finish at least 7th or better, or you yourself will be eliminated from the playoffs, and Sludge would advance without even being here.
No pressure, Trav. No pressure.
I mean, yeah, sorry.
And yet again, where those playoff points, or the stage points, come in so huge throughout the race, because he received six stage points. If he'd have gotten, 2 more stage points, he could have finished 8th, so it really, that they're so huge there. And in order for Dencate to advance, he has to finish no worse than 4th place. Alright, I'm done with the point section now until I have final results here. So, this race is, it's exciting. Still seeing a lot of single file stuff. These guys know that they have to save some fuel. The biggest part, and I'm going to say this from experience, the biggest part here in Stage 3 is getting on and off of pit road. If the guys behind you, that may or may not have the same gear as you, decide to car ramrod you entering pit road and you spin out, and the game has to do donuts for you to get you back on pit road, you will lose 7-8 seconds, and making up that time, you will lose a lot of fuel.
Is that just a rumor?
Oh no, that happened. Yep, happened live. I'm not gonna lie though, for being 7 seconds down and catching over a second a lap, it made me feel good.
I'm sure it did.
A little confidence booster there for Taddy last night.
And then he looked at his fuel gauge.
Felt like Superman for a minute, and then it just...
Well, actually, right, so I'd already had the game plan that I was going to save. Picola just said you have to save 1 extra lap per run, right? I'd actually saved 2 extra laps in the first run, and then I planned on saving 1 lap in the second run, right? And then going all out in the third run. So essentially, I did the exact same thing. I just switched the second run to my all-out run, and then the third one to be my had to back it down and save a lap. So I ended up, still making it to the end. But when everybody else was in race gear ready to go, I then had to go into fuel saving, and that was not fun.
Well, I don't think right now, in terms of fuel saving, Hamlin Nation is doing any of that because he is gone over the rest of this guy.
You know, I talk about this all the time when it comes to the fuel save. I don't have an issue, so to say, with the fuel save. It does affect, some of the racing aspect of being real racy. However, if you only have to save 2 or 3 laps, whatever, per run, 1 lap per run, maybe 2 laps, 1 run, go as fast as you possibly can and get a huge lead. And then when you're kicking it down trying to save, the rest of the field is working and using their fuel to get to you. Not only are you saving your fuel in that portion, but you're also saving your tires. So when they do catch you and you're able to go hard again, you have better equipment than they do. However, we did also see Hamlin Nation did this in stage 1 where he and Bad Fast took off from the rest of the field while they were saving. And then reality set in.
That darn fuel gauge.
Man, this is the best broadcast I've heard you be a part of, Picola. I think you've said 11 words tonight.
It's Gator Mike. I had my best ever performance in the booth with him on Tuesday a couple weeks ago.
He raises his game when I'm in the booth. You should have heard that Canadian Tire race he was a part of. He actually talked and did
that Cobra
really
Kai
good job
Captain's
of it.
race.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Picola was actually formulating full sentences.
All right, so
I don't do that.
to keep Picola quiet, we need to not have you in the booth again. Roger that. So, well, I'm glad you were here this one and only time, Gator Mike.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I'm getting kicked out, guys. If you want to hear me again, catch me on Tuesday night.
No. You still got to stick around until the end. You can't just start. This ain't no start and park broadcast, okay?
Hey, man, I tried.
And in other words, Robbie's actually said more on the YouTube comments than he has in the entire time he's been the in-race reporter.
No, he just posted flags. He didn't really say any words.
What is going on up here?
I don't know. There's a truck outside of you. Looks like you drifted up and caught the 98. 15's going to go down below you. Put it on Travis Tyson for just a few seconds, and it's going to be contact with another truck or contact with the wall. Almost guaranteed.
Everyone got really, really slow going into turn 1.
Oh, you felt like you were fast. Maybe you were just going that quick there, Trav.
So how do you plan on being a lap down with 5 to go this time? You gonna speed on pit road or?
I don't.
Listen, for playoff purposes, I strongly advise not doing that. This would be the one time that when you're going to be by the leader with 5 to go, you should be battling for position.
I cannot have what happened last week either and blow a tire and get caught up in somebody else's accident and lose 3 spots.
No, I mean, you can. I just wouldn't advise it. That's also not a good... As a crew chief part of me, I'm telling you, don't do that.
Thank you, crew chief.
You're welcome. Glad I could help you out.
He also tells you to aim for the wrecks. But that's...
Yeah, I did that last week. It did not work out.
Listen, that works for me. Always works for me. When there's cautions. No, when there's if there's no cautions, like this race doesn't have cautions, that's not a good idea at all. When there's cautions, you aim for the wreck because you're going to pass all the people real quick while they're trying to avoid it, and then the caution's going to come out. You'll be like 5 places ahead. Battle for second is heating up. We have the Bear, DB the best, and really slow Marley.
Pit road.
So this is the battle for the lead then. So we were right when we said he was burning up his fuel up there. Whenever either of you get an opportunity, it doesn't have to be this lap, just whenever you guys get an opportunity, can you let me know how many laps remain?
$40.
Oh yeah, I was riding, like I seen Marley pass and I'm like, thanks for not freaking telling me. And then it dawned on me, that's right, he's got to stay muted. He can't talk during these things. He'll hit a wall or something. 40 laps remain. Stage 3, playoff round 1. Drivers' playoff hopes on the line. Everyone out there trying to be one of the 4 drivers that makes it to Phoenix to have their chance at being the one and only truck champion for GC Sport. Well, I guess technically there's 2 because you got Wednesday and Thursday. But the Thursday night group trucks, this is going to be the only championship that happens on Thursday for the Truck Series because the new game is going to be Cup Series only.
Yep.
At least I got you to say yep. Our special guest broadcaster didn't even say a word. Awesome sauce.
Well, I was just kind of think here. There's 39 laps to go. How much do these guys get on a tank of fuel?
18. You start out at 18 when you pit.
So, yeah, Hamlin Nation, he pit a little early. I don't think he's going to be able to make it on one more stop unless he's
I think DB's pitting.
I think he can. So stage 1 was 20 laps. Him and Bad Fast went out to that huge lead that they had, and then they backed it down. Everyone caught them, and he made it 20 laps in stage 1. So he pit coming to 40 to go, or coming to 41 to go. So he's going to have to save one more lap. But other than that, he's right on target. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying, though. If you know that you can save it, go ahead and go all out in one of these runs and try to get a big lead and make everyone catch you. The hard part is going to be he's by himself. He doesn't have anyone in front of him to help save that draft. Or save the fuel, sorry.
A whole bunch of guys are going to come down and pit this time.
Yeah, all the people that went down towards that white line, over the white line. Unlike last night, Jose Protege, we kept seeing him go down there. He wasn't pitting. These guys are pitting.
all of them coming in except for Country Caliber.
And we don't see anybody in the grass doing donuts. So
yeah, they're doing pretty good so far. The Bear is your leader, still on track. Got about a second and a half over the 98 of Country Caliber. You got about another 2 seconds back to Tiller. And Travis, is that you behind Tiller?
Yes.
Okay.
Watching these pit stops right here, seeing who comes out first.
Bear and Country coming to pit road this time by, as the rest of the lead pack was coming out of pit road. Hamlin Nation, I'm going to ride along with him as he should be taking the lead. He's coming off of turn 2, as I just showed all the other drivers coming off pit road. So he's already passed them. He's got to get back to the turn 1 and 2 to get by Bear and Country. 7 live viewers out in YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. I know I'm one of them because I'm watching, so 6, and then probably
No,
other
I'm
people.
watching.
Yeah, so we're down to just a couple people out there in YouTube land watching, but we always get a lot of views to watch back, so we try not to be a complete moron out here on Thursdays, but it gets hard, especially under these pit stops.
Yep.
Yeah.
We try our best.
So Hamlin Nation should now be the race leader. Looks like he's gone
By a
around those
large
guys.
margin.
Yeah. And Mike RPM and that group that pit next, they have taken 2nd through 5th. The Bear and Country coming back out in 6th and 7th respectively, but they're going to lose a little bit of time as they're not up to speed yet. So, Mike RPM goes really high in 3 and 4. I wouldn't be shocked if he's going to fall back to 5th and make sure the Bear gets a little bit of his draft, but I think Bear's there. I think he's got Marley's draft. 2 drivers in danger of being eliminated from the playoffs are not in this lead pack draft, and that would be the 02 and the 15. So Tiller and Travis Tyson both not in the draft. They're going to have to work together if they want to try to catch up or drop it into race gear a little early here and try to get back up here with this pack and then go into fuel save. Those guys are in danger of being eliminated here as, like I said, Travis needs to finish at least in 7th place. Tiller has 3 extra points, so he can finish in 8th place or so, but that's about as far as he can go there.
Unfortunately, we got Hamlin Nation followed by 6 trucks right here, so that's the top 7. So Trav, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch these guys to get up to that 7th spot.
Yeah, he's back in 9th right now as Tiller's between them. Now you do have 6 trucks battling. This is the playoffs, so anything can happen if these 6 trucks are still all right side by side coming to that checkered flag. So we can't say Travis is out of it by any means. There's still another pit stop getting ready to happen. Speeding penalty. Yeah, a speeding penalty for any of these drivers that are in front of him. Plus, if he can race his way up past Tiller, that would put him in 7th place. So Trav needs a little bit of help, but right now he's not out of this by any means.
Yep.
We saw Taddy was down and out last night, and he kicked that thing into a whole new gear. That rocket ship went all the way to the front from 7-8 seconds back. So it
can be done. Yep.
Yeah, when I came off pit road and got up to speed, I was 7.2 seconds back, caught the leaders, went around them all on the outside. Then once I got there, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I got to start saving some fuel. So I kind of let them all pass me back again and went into fuel gear.
So there was a moment you thought you were that fast?
I mean, in fairness, I actually was that fast for a moment. Well, I mean, I'd known, right? So when I done that, I knew that everybody else was in safe gear, and I was in my head though. I'm thinking I could get around and kind of extend the lead a little, before I had to back it down. And then I'm like, yeah, this isn't working. They got my draft already, so yep, backing it down, I did. But it always makes you feel good to prove a point when you can go wide open like that, 7 seconds back, take the lead. Whether I got to fall back to 7th, 8th place, I don't care. I proved a point. I made it up there. I was happy. Like RPM just really bad and took out the 17 and the 98.
Man, huge lag here from the 16 truck.
Yeah, just completely destroyed the 17 and the 98. Now, unfortunately for the 98, the 02 just got in front of him, so the 02 now is riding in 8th place. One more position, and he's in.
Is Country the one that would replace him? Or
no, Country's sitting up there. He's looking pretty right now. Country could actually finish in 10th place and still be good. Hold on. Let me do that. Country could actually finish dead last of all drivers and still advance. It's going to hurt him entering next round. He's going to have to do a lot of work, but he's safe. He could finish in 11th, which is all that's left on the track. He could finish in 11th and still advance. Tiller and Travis are the two that they're battling it out, but they only have to finish high enough to pass Sludge, who's sitting at 1,054. Travis needs to get 7th place. He's got 6 points right now, so he would need 7th place is 48, and Tiller has 9, so he only needs to get 8th place, and they would both advance. So realistically, they both pick up 1 place, and they're good to go.
right.
Or
Interesting.
Or, essentially, Tiller's in 7th, Travis is in 8th. If they swapped positions, they're both in.
I'll tell you what, you said anything can happen, and that lag right there, that showed anything can happen. That took Country Caliber out of this.
Well, and we still have another pit stop. And you still have a group of 4 or 5 trucks up there still battling. So, I mean, Bad Fast was able to get back up in there. Nobody's going to want to follow the 16 anymore, so you're going to start seeing a little bit more race. Kind of the same thing happened last night. I didn't want to follow the 87. He wasn't lagging nearly as bad, but he had those quick little surges, so I didn't want to follow him, right? So I kept going here and there and everywhere, and because of that, I was side by side most of stage 3, and anytime you're side by side with somebody, you're at danger of them messing up their corner and hitting you, or you messing up and taking them out.
Who knows? Hamlin Nation is setting such a furious pace right now. He's gonna have to save a lot there on the final stint. He may not make it.
Right? Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that's the other question.
He doesn't have a save here.
Is can the 24 make it to the end? Well, he did make 20 laps in stage 1, so he's got some form of a save gear because he was able to go 20 laps. It's either that or he stayed in race gear and just started running at 7,000 RPMs, one or the other. But either way, he's able to go 20 laps. The problem with that is he pit coming to 41 to go, so that would be a stint of 21 and a stint of 20. And this is your battle for second you're seeing on the screen. And when they zoom out and you can see the front part of in front of these guys, look, there's nobody in front of them. Hamlin Nation has checked out from the rest of this field.
Yeah, these guys really aren't going too fast right now. You see right off the tail end of this group, Tiller is catching these guys pretty quickly.
Yeah, and something I noticed right last night when people were making their pit stops, because of the strong fuel saving, right, you don't lose a full lap to the leaders. You usually come off pit road and you're getting up to speed in the middle of 1 and 2 while they're getting there, right? So Hamlin Nation, say he does have to make an extra pit stop, if he has a half a track lead, 3/4 of a lap lead, when he comes to pit road, if his tires are holding, he doesn't have to take 4 tires and lose all that time. He can come down and take, a 3-second stop and maybe only lose half track, 3/4 of the track and come out right by these guys battling them still. As Michigan does run about 40-second laps, some of these guys are going to fall off to about 41-second laps, if not slower, with saving fuel. So coming down pit road and getting your 3-second stop, you're in and out in about 35 seconds. So he's going to need to extend that lead, but it is possible to still get a good finish for him.
This second group right here still just maintaining single file here throughout the duration of this run.
How many laps you guys got left when you get to the line? Hamlin's on pit road right now.
25.
Yeah, he's going to have to stop again.
Hamlin's not making it.
No, he's going to have to stop again.
That's huge for Travis if Hamlin has to stop again, which we can almost guarantee that he does.
And this battle now for the lead is back to being a 6-truck pack as Tiller put it in race gear and has been able to catch these guys, so he's pulling his best Aquatati from last night from a big gap between this group back to him. He put it in race gear, he's caught them. He has to make it to about that 20 to go mark, though, to really be safe on having an opportunity to make it to the end here. As we see, Marley looks like he's going to make a move to the inside for the race lead.
How much did Tiller hurt his fuel mileage doing that, though? You got to think he would have done that if he didn't think he could make it.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got him. We knew he also made the 20 laps in stage 1, so we know he can save 20 laps, right? That's 24 to go right now, coming to 23 to go. It's going to be very important that that 15 truck is able to make it to coming to 20 laps to go before he goes to pit road. You spoke about it, I spoke about it earlier. You can put it in race gear and make up a lot of ground to people saving, but at what cost on your fuel? If you got to make an extra stop, it wasn't really worth it. So we have right now, Tiller is in 6th place. That puts Travis in 7th place as he rides right now. Both drivers would advance in the playoffs right now if the race were to finish where they're riding.
Expecting all these leaders to come down for their final pit stops here in just a lap or two. Nobody signaled this time around.
This should be coming to 22 to go, right? I believe so.
Yes,
they should still have to do 2 more laps before they're able to pit, and that would be stretching it the full way. I would say we're not going to see the leaders on pit road for about another 4 to 5 laps.
They have been saving quite a bit here.
I know last night when the leaders started pitting, there was 18 to go in the first group pit, down to Piccolo was one of the last drivers to pit with coming to 17 to go. So he was able to come out and immediately go into race gear. There was no reason for him to save. So that is going to play a huge gap on who wins this race, is what lap you pit from that now. Can you come out in race gear, or do you have to go back into safe gear? Trevor Schweisgood, aka SBR Motorsports, out there in YouTube land. Thanks for tuning in. We got to 8 live viewers, even though half of that is our broadcast team.
No butters, by the way.
I mean, my feelings are not hurt. The race isn't over. He usually just pokes his head in for a few minutes, says, "Hey, how's Trav doing?" and then backs out.
I'm telling you, your feelings aren't hurt.
I'm actually going to let him know right now.
I'm really disappointed if I don't make the next round of the playoffs.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you drank. How many drinks?
I had like 7 gin and tonics. It was a rough day, though. This is interesting.
That should be 20 to go.
Yep.
So from here on out, every driver on the track can make it in fuel. The 17 looks like he's signaling he's going to pit, or he's trying to break the draft, one or the other, who knows. Either way, from here on out, we know that the drivers are going to be able to make it to the end, whether they have to come out in fuel save gear or not. The 17, this would be coming to 19 to go, is not pitting, so he was breaking the draft. Bold move, Cotton. 19 laps to go. They make it around this time. You're coming to 18. When you stop, you'll be at 18. It'll probably drop 17 on the back stretch somewhere, so you'd have to save only a half a lap of fuel instead of multiple laps here. So these leaders are all looking really good. The one driver in concern who will be the race leader when these guys pit is the 24 of MFF Hamlin Nation, but we know he has to make an extra stop.
Country Caliber's kind
Oh, the 16 just wrecked. Oh, that was lag. Sorry. On my screen, anybody that was just watching, I mean, you could see him completely spin out, and somebody behind him hit him. So I'm trying to see now which truck may have hit him. I didn't see the 32 with them anymore. Nope, the 32 of Racet has lost a lot of ground. So did Tiller. So that lag spike takes out 2 more drivers as the 32 and the 15 both lose that lead pack.
Big development there. As these guys have now been shoved right back in the front of Travis, so he's got to be loving what he's seeing with that lag.
Tiller signaling he's going to be coming to pit road, as is Travis. So Travis gets on and off pit road a little bit better than Tiller here, and he could come out in front of that 15 truck. So this could play huge, like you were saying, on Travis being able to advance to the next round, regardless of the gin and tonics. The 02 come to pit road a little bit faster than the 15 truck. Hopefully he was not speeding. As long as he was at race speed, he's going to come out right behind that 15. And looks like they might even be able to work together to catch the rest of the field. Looks like all of our leaders on pit road now. Tiller, I don't disagree. Hey, there's Butters in YouTube.
Copy.
It's almost like he was tagged.
Glad to see you checking in, Butters.
Tiller out there said that the lag is killing him. Yeah, I think we've seen that. Butters tunes in. I don't know how I feel about that. Gator Mike.
RPM on pit road.
Yeah, Gator Mike out there in YouTube land. See, so I was correct when I said half of our viewers are the broadcast team.
Yep.
On a positive note, at least when I see both Butters and Gator Mike, that's what I see exactly. I don't see no GTR Butters or Gator Mike.
Yes, I have not changed my YouTube channel yet, so enjoy it while you can.
I'm enjoying it right now. I hate when you change it because then all the past ones, they'll change to GTR. Hamlin Nation up here should be our leader. Looks like he's catching up to the 3 of Denkate Jose Protege out there in YouTube land. Thanks for tuning in.
GTR Jose Protege.
What's up, Jose?
No, it doesn't say that. It says Jose Protege. Also, another one that, you know, they made it PSN official, but they don't want like the whole world to know, so they haven't YouTubed it.
GTR, baby.
Hey, buddy.
The one race without a single GTR driver in it, and we still have to see it in the YouTube chat. Awesome.
Can't get away from it, bud. You just got to
You
accept
love
it.
to see it.
Just got to
No.
accept it.
No.
It's not going to
Marley-
hurt, I promise.
I believe Marley to be in second. He did pit before the rest of this group. We should be around 15 to go, I'm assuming.
Yes, right, exactly.
So the bear is nowhere near Mike RPM. Something happened there. They
Probably
fit it
like,
together.
well, Mike's up in front, and the bear is way back. So I'm assuming the bear got a speeding penalty.
Yeah, this field is all sorts of spread out now.
Well, what's huge about that, the leader is MFF Hamlin Nation Jose, but he still has to pit. Second place right now is the 17 truck of Little Slow Marley. Yeah, the Bear's back here with Country. Country lag wrecked earlier by Mike. Maybe coming to pit road, that's something that happened. Maybe Mike had another little lag spike and cost Bear that speeding penalty. 24 is on pit road now, so our race leader should be the 17 here momentarily, and we're just going to have to ride along with that 24 after he comes out of the pits and sees how many positions he's able to make back up. He's pulling off of his pit box right now.
He's probably just trying to get enough to make sure that he can make it to
Yeah, I mean, he's set a fast enough speed that you know he's going to come out in race gear. He's not going to be holding back anything. He's clearly got enough fuel. Should be 13 to go here. Bad Fast Marley, your leader. Mike RPM in second. DK Brown in third. Really risky for DK to be following that 16 truck right now. But with whatever happened to the Bear on pit road, keep in mind that does give Travis another position. He might even end up with the top 5 somehow.
Yeah, Tiller's in 4th, I'm in 5th, and Bracehead's coming behind us in 6th.
Man, I'm spot on so far. I even knew that Travis was in the top 5 position, but Racehead ready to take that spot from Travis. In reality, though, you can see that group of 3 back there. We're going to go over here. Racehead, Travis, if I'm either one of these drivers, Tiller or Travis, if I think it's getting a little dicey right here, I'm backing out, because either one of these spots, 4th, 5th, or 6th, you're in the next round of the playoffs. So to me, I'm taking no risks right now, knowing that I have it in hand making it to the next round with only 12 laps to go here at Michigan Speedway. With Bristol coming up next week, another one of those tracks that anything could happen.
Yep, I'm following your advice. I'm backing out of that.
Well, you were the one driver I didn't care that could have been up there and still battling. I'm just kidding. Let's keep in mind, I mean, it's a catch-22 because you want to give away because you know you're in the next round, but the more you give away here and lose, that also means less points you have for next week and put you, you know what I mean? You're not gaining that deficit, and so you have to make up that much more the following week. But I promise next week will be a thriller. Bristol for these guys, I mean, that's going to be crazy. No cautions, should be about 150 laps at Bristol. That's going to be a blast. A race for the lead up front as Mike RPM is going to the outside of Bad Fast Marley. DK Brown has decided to go with him. 16, 17, 13, all up here. This is for positions 1, 2, and 3. Should be 10 to go.
Yep.
Mike RPM in front of the 17 and the 13. A little bit of lag so far tonight out of him has cost a few drivers, but it makes it interesting knowing if you're one of those other two just trying to ride behind him. I'd be a little sketched, but to each their own. Marley's trying to look to the inside of him now as they go into 3 and 4. DK just kind of coasting behind the two of them, seeing if a spot's going to open up for him to stick his nose. Coming to 9 laps remaining here in the first round of the playoffs for the GC Sports Thursday Night Custom Truck Series. Who you got your money on, Picola? Let me guess, 13.
If I'm putting money on it, I'm going to go with 16. But, no me. I'm going for that 13.
That 16's got a little extra advantage that everybody else doesn't have right now, and that's that lag.
Well, I don't want to say anything, but 4th, 5th, and 6th are starting to catch up to him.
Who you going with, Mike?
Oh, man. Honestly, I really have no idea. It's kind of a toss-up at this point. If I had to throw money on it, I know we got our in-race reporter, Bad Fast Marley, in here, but I think I'm going to have to go with DK. I got to throw some money on it.
What kind of commentating booth I got here? When have you ever seen in a real-life NASCAR race, you throw it down to the commentators, see who their money's on, they all pick the same driver?
I don't know what just happened, but they got kind of dicey up there.
Yeah, they were 3 wide down the straightaway. I'm going to go with one of the drivers from that second pack. I believe that they're going to get there in time as they're getting ready to come to 7 to go. These 3 up front are going to keep racing those back 3. As long as they stay nose to tail, I think that they're going to have time to get up here to these guys and make a move.
They're definitely going at it up here in the front. They're not holding back anymore. Bad Fast had a really bad entry there in the corner. He's going to wash up. DK Brown's going to look underneath here for 2nd place.
And they give a little bit of room to the 16, but if the 17 follows the 13, they should be able to catch back up. And again, that cost probably half a second or so to that second pack, that alone. So that second pack, they really just need to stay nose to tail, and they should be able to get here as we're coming to 7 laps to go here. What are you guys, about 3.5 seconds back there, Travis?
Give me a second. I can't tell. It's 5.5 seconds to the leader is what it's telling me, so.
Oh, you're screwed. All right, I'm picking one of these top 3 to win this race with 7 to go. Let's see. Picola wants the 13, but putting money on the 16. Mike wants the 13, putting his money on the 16. I'm going to go with the 17. It seems like the logical answer for me, seeing you guys pick the other 2.
I don't know. 2nd and 3rd, they keep going back and forth here, and that's allowing the 16 to pull away.
Yeah, but 6 to go.
We're at 5 to go.
5 to go. That's definitely what I meant the whole time. There's still plenty of time for those 2 to hook up and catch the 16.
They're doing this.
I mean, as long as you get there with about 3 to go, then it's anybody's ball game. But you're right. They can't keep battling like this. They'll lose too much time and not be able to make it back up.
Mike RPM is loving every second of this.
Yep.
That's my line.
You didn't use it. You had prime opportunity. You didn't use it. I took it.
You don't even have lines.
Yep.
Speak for yourself.
right, so there's 4 to go here. They're catching up to the 3 of Dencate. Will that play a factor? But I'm telling you, that second pack is still catching at least second and third. I don't really know about the leader, but they are catching second and third still.
You also
Jose
pulled off
says-
Patty and drafted Kyle Pitts in the first round of a fantasy league this year, so I don't want to hear
Dale's gonna whoop your butt too.
Oh,
DK Brown is out of the race.
flag out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, you did.
Hey, guess what? So much for you guys both picking the 13 truck.
Wow. Flag
See what
out.
happens when I pick somebody?
Commentator curse, right?
That will give him 11th place.
That's brutal. Well, now that Bad Fast Marley doesn't have anybody to contend with, can he run down this 16 truck with just a few laps remaining?
That has been a curse for that 13 truck half the season. However, he did do enough to be able to make it to the next round.
Yeah.
Mike RPM looking for his series-leading 3rd win this season. Tied with 3 others right now with 2.
How do you be knowing all that? I didn't send you the stat sheet.
I looked it up on the points.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's a professional.
I don't know why you gotta question me like that, throw me on the spot. I know what I'm doing sometimes.
Hamlin Nation has gotten around Dencate. I don't know if he passed anybody else. I'm really surprised. I thought he had a good enough speed that he would have been able to make up a little bit more time, unless he took
I
2
think
tires or
Taylor's
something.
running out of gas.
Isn't there like 2 to go?
Yeah, but he went in that race car really, really early.
Oh, makes sense. So we have 3rd place is Racehead, 4th is Travis, 5th is Tiller. I can't tell who's back there. Maybe the 98 is in 6th. The Bear and DB the Best are back there.
Yeah, the Bear is in 6th. Guys,
Yeah, going back to our race leader, Mike RPM, Marley has not closed that gap at all.
that's the race.
Yeah, Mike RPM wins with Bad Fast Marley, and Racehead gets 3rd, I believe.
Uneventful ending there, those final few laps. Mike RPM was able to stretch that gap. He comes home with the
Is
dub
there a
tonight.
stat for how many times a teammate blocked for Mike for those 3 wins? Just curious.
Bad Fast comes home 2nd, Racehead 3rd. Travis looks like he's going to advance to the next round of the playoffs, coming home in 4th. Listen to that exhale right there.
Alright, so official results here. Mike RPM is, of course, your winner, and Bad Fast Marley 2nd, Racehead 3rd. Travis is on 4th, Tiller 5th, the Bear is 6th, DB the Best in 7th. Country Caliber finishes 8th, 9th is MF Hamlin Nation, and Dencate 10th, DK Brown 11th, Portal Guy in 12th.
Yep, and Sludge and Robbie will receive 13th place points, but unfortunately I don't believe that to be enough for them to make it. So I've invited Mike and we have invited Racehead into the booth.
Almost gotten that top 3 to be interviewed, doggone it.
One point that could also play a huge role here, some way, shape, or form, is don't forget you get 1 point for the fast lap here on the custom side.
That's Bad Fast.
With a 39.2, boy,
I had a really fast lap there.
I mean, I didn't see a whole lot of speed out of that there. Alright, so Marley gets 1 for that. And as soon as I receive the results, I will be doing the rest of the points. Okay, did Racehead join?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Alright, Mike, you want to take this one? I'm going to try to do up
No,
these
go
points.
ahead.
Well, I'm going to try to do the points real quick while you take the interview.
All right. Well, we are joined by our top finishers here tonight. And also go ahead and start with our race winner here tonight, Mike RPM. Congratulations. You picked up your series-leading third win tonight. It might not have come without a little bit of controversy there in terms of some internet issues and some lag, but other than that, your truck looked bad fast. How were you able to pull it out tonight?
Yeah, first off, I just want to apologize about the internet issues. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Had everything turned off, and I destroyed a good couple trucks there, and sorry about that. The one time I don't even think I realized it either. But yeah, sorry about that. The truck was good. It was just you had to play strategy the whole race. Bear sped on that last pit stop, and DK and I had to run Marley down. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I just feel awful about the lag issues for some of these guys. Definitely not how I want to ever win a race, taking out opponents and stuff like that. We got to get this figured out for next week.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a little bit more close confines next week as y'all head to Bristol. Looks like you're going to be sitting pretty solid in the points after tonight heading into that. So what's your kind of outlook going from this big super speedway to a really tight high bank short track in Bristol?
Have some fun racing. It's a really good track for us. I think it's going to be tough to pass, and the top's going to be dominant. But I think it'll be a lot more entertaining than tonight playing follow the leader and saving gas. That's for sure.
Definitely. Piccolo, you got anything?
No, I ain't got anything for him, man. Good run as usual. Dominant performance, and look forward to seeing you next week at Bristol.
Thanks,
Mike, when you I know that you and DK tend to work together, same as the Bear. When you were having the lag issues, you knew that a few people had wrecked off the bumper of your truck. Were you a little concerned having the 13 behind you? Did you guys ever think about swapping and you pushing him, or at that point it was the end of the race and you just wanted to go get that dub?
Well, I had a little bit fresher tires than him, and he just told me to go by and we'll take the chance on the lag issues. And luckily, I don't think anything happened there at the end. Lag-wise, me and Marley had some contact there. He was just getting really aggressive with his side draft, so I just had to give him a shove back. And I wasn't happy with that, but that was all good racing and fun. I mean, there's no harm in a foul there, so I just thought he was a little bit too aggressive on the side draft, and I just wanted to say, hey, you know.
All right, well, congratulations, per usual. You have, entering next week, you're going to be the points leader with a 22-point advantage over none other than Bad Fast Marley.
Sweet. Sounds good.
All right, back over to you, Mike.
All right. Well, congratulations to our winner here tonight, Mike RPM. I'm going to go ahead and head on over to one of our in-race reporters tonight. Bad Fast Marley comes home in second place. Man, we've talked with you throughout the broadcast. What more did you need there out of your truck at the end, other than maybe a little bit of less fighting with DK Brown to maybe have a chance at Mike there towards the end of this thing?
Man, it was a good race. Like Mike said, a little touching in on the gas. We don't like to do that, but it came down to that first stage and that third stage. The first two segments of that third stage were just saving fuel and touching on the lag issues. I ended up getting put into the wall with another truck, and fortunately I wasn't the one that spun out completely, so I was able to throw that thing into race gear and catch back up to the lead pack. But it kind of put me a little behind, about a lap behind fuel-wise, so I just threw that thing in the race and took off a little bit. But unfortunately, it put me a little bit behind the eight ball, and I let DK and Mike come and catch up to me towards the end on that last run. And then I was just fighting for it, and I knew they were teammates. And Mike, I heard you say about the whole drafting thing. It's hard to draft a car that's wiggling a little bit, and I was trying to side draft you. No intentional touching there, but it was.
I got you, man. It's all good.
Yep, it was some fun racing. Your teammate got the best of me though, and I couldn't stay in your draft, and that was the end of it. But good win, brother.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Marley, as we head to Bristol next week, you got some really good points tonight. How does that change your approach to that track next week? And are you going to do anything different because you have that little bit of a bigger buffer than you had coming into tonight?
No, I go into every race trying to win, and Bristol's a really good track for me. I'm excited to go to Bristol, so I'm used to Bristol in a cup car, but if Bristol in a truck is anything like my cup car, if I can get that thing together, we'll be pretty solid at Bristol.
All right, Picola, you got anything?
Nope, ain't got anything. Good run, Bad Fast.
Of course you ain't got nothing. You never got nothing. God, I don't even have to ask.
Yep.
Hey, the goal every week is to race with Mike and the Bear up there, because I know they're always really competitive. So to be battling for the win tonight, that was pretty fun. So
yeah, definitely good.
I'll be there at Bristol and the next two after that.
Taddy, you got anything for Marley?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, I guess we'll move on to our third place finisher here tonight. We have got Racehead coming home in third place. Man, that was a solid run for you tonight. I mean, you were behind the cutoffs coming into tonight, so you really needed a good run here, and you brought it home in third place. How were you able to do that?
Save gas, that's the main thing. I mean, trying to make it to the end and be there at the end, that's all you can do.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot about strategy here tonight at Michigan. Fuel was a big part of it. Sitting there, I get you were a recipient of some of that lag. You got caught up in some of it. Kind of dropped you back there toward the back half of the top 10. You getting kind of nervous at that point, losing all that track position, and how did you work your way back up and finish third?
Once I realized I had enough gas to make it back up there, I just threw it down in my race gear and went as hard as I could.
For
Tried to
sure.
get up there. So
kind of like I asked the other two guys, how you feeling about Bristol next week? One of your good tracks, one of your bad tracks? What you got?
I'm pretty good there. I'm decent. Just hope everybody don't come in there with the bullhorns on and decide to. I know it's a bull ring, but
absolutely. It's going to be about avoiding trouble next week, I do believe. There's going to be some contact and there's going to be some tempers.
I'll just let everybody know I'll race them the way they race me.
Definitely. Well, I would ask P. Cole if he's got anything, but I'm sure he doesn't. But, I mean, Gator?
Yep.
Third time's a charm?
Good race, Racehead.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Good job, Racehead. It was fun racing with you there at the last few laps.
Hey, Racehead, Racehead, this is just for some good information for yourself. You actually entered tonight as one of the drivers on the outside looking in, as you had 0 points entering tonight. And after tonight's race, you've actually moved yourself up into fourth place in points with a 9-point cushion to being eliminated entering next week.
As long as I get some good stage points again next week, I'm looking to stay in the hunt.
Yeah, congratulations, man, and good run out there finishing P3 here tonight.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
I guess I'll do a quick question here for another in-race.
Wait, hold on before you get to Trav. Let me do the point rundown, and then we'll talk to Trav after.
All right, that's fine.
All right, so the point rundown, the drivers eliminated tonight were Sludge, Robbie, Portal Guy, and Denkate. Rundown of the 8 drivers remaining. Now keep in mind that after next week there will only be 6 drivers remaining, so 2 drivers to be eliminated. We have Mike in first with 97, Bad Fast at 75, Bear at 74, Racehead at 70. That's your top 4. Now this is where it gets interesting. 5th, 6th, and 7th all have 61 points, while 8th place Travis has 60 points. There's a 1-point gap from 5th through 8th. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Well, Trav, I was just going to ask you about being able to advance here tonight. I know you had some struggles there in that final stage, and you came really close to missing out. But you're in arguably one of the toughest series here with a lot of experienced drivers. How's it feel to be able to advance farther on into these playoffs against some of these pro leaguers and really experienced guys here?
Well, first of all, thank the Lord above, and think that I've got good internet, and want to thank P. Cola for helping me out a lot every week with setups, and because I've, between moving and everything, I've not had the time to really practice as much as I'd like to. But as far as the race is concerned, yeah, I wish I'd done and got more stage points, obviously. But to actually advance, I feel like I've gained a little bit of respect. First time in this league, I mean, going back to Talladega, Taddy was like, you know, I don't know who the F this guy is, and now, you know, I'm in the broadcast every week, to the point where I'm, you know, I guess I'm frustrating some of the people who've been in this a little while. So I'm sorry for the people I got into. It was just hard racing. I got into a couple times. I'm not mad about it. I know we're fighting for a playoff spot. I just know that the last pit stop there, I came in, I was running 7th. At that point, it was just really trying to stay out of trouble. I was just going to draft Tiller the entire time. And then Hamlin Nation had a pit. Something happened. Country got into somebody. And then DK Brown lagged out. And next thing I know, I'm in 4th or 3rd, whatever it was. And then Racehead came up behind us, and Racehead passed both me and Tiller. And so it was just at that point, we just tried to keep it as clean as possible, knowing that we were advancing into the next round. So I'm just so glad that at least, I don't know about next week because anything can happen, but at least I'm going to the next round and also advancing in the series as well. So I'm just really, really happy and just relieved right now is all I can say.
Well, congratulations again on your 4th place run tonight, and good job. Taddy, I'll throw it back over to you.
Hey, thanks, man. Trav, first off, it's the inaugural season, so nobody's been in this league a whole long time. And you said something that intrigues me. You mentioned how I don't know who you are. I'm still not so sure. I see you every race on the final 5 laps. But with that being said, in the YouTube land, a question was thrown out to you, Pete Cola. Tiller asks, do you know who I am now, Pete Cola?
Yes, I've seen you out there, Tiller. Good run, buddy.
And we did get 2 sentences out of him in the interview part of the race, so that's good. All right, so next week's going to be Bristol, but not just for the custom side. The slider side also goes to Bristol, as we have 8 drivers per night all battling for that coveted first championship here at GC Sports. And more importantly than that, those guys are also trying to advance as we get ready to get the new game, Ignition 21. So all drivers still having something on the line, including those not in the playoffs anymore. So tune in next week, starting on Monday, for the console side playoffs. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night around 7:30, 8 o'clock for the iRacing side of GC Sports, as those boys will be racing as hard as they can. I think they're in their playoffs as well. So tune in tomorrow night. And from here, for Gator Mike, P. Cola Gator, Travis Tyson, I don't know if Marley's still here, and myself, Aqua Taddy, that's going to be our broadcast. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy, y'all.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.